have dropped so many balls, man.
I mean, probably just 2.
I know how to vacuum Mom and Dad's summer. I've been doing it for 6 months.
But why would you need to vacuum anything if time is frozen? Isn't everything frozen in time? If the molecules of the clothing are frozen, how do you even move them?
Questioning the time freezing technology in a show where an old man has a literal portal gun and fucks planets.
You have dropped so many balls, man.
I mean, probably just 2. Although with the radiation Rick has probably exposed Morty to with all the dimension hopping, could be more, I suppose.
Discount Jeremy takes things too literally cliche.
Put a shirt on your dumb dad, and let's get this dumb universe rolling.
But how did Morty get Jerry's arms through the sleeves? Sleeves just don't magically form around the arms when you throw a shirt on.
It's a cartoon, you fucking dumbass. It's not supposed to be realistic.
I'm just gonna put it on the floor and kick it on over to you.
Or you could toss Jerry the money so it doesn't look quite as awkward. I know Jerry is supposed to be dumb, but Beth isn't, and she's a doctor. There's no way she's not checking foreheads for temps or at the very least asking questions about this odd behavior.
I mean, Rick, Morty, and Summer are all super weird people already, so either she just assumed that it was something normal for them, or she just doesn't care.
A convenient machine that can let you know if there's been a split in time on the off chance you freeze time long enough for this to be a possibility is convenient.
Simply calling things convenient doesn't actually make those things sins, or even conveniences, seeing as Rick obviously created this machine for its very purpose.
We have to tell the cops you were driving.
Why would you have to tell the cops anything? Or even call the cops? Do you call the cops when you run over a skunk or a squirrel? I believe the saying goes, if the car will still steer, you're in the clear.
Discount Jeremy just said that if you hit a large animal with your car, for example a deer, you should just leave it and not bother doing anything about it. And that's a real dick move.
And we've got about 4 hours to be is.
What a very specific time frame you just happen to know for convenient tension building purposes.
Stop calling things convenient for no reason. That word has a meaning. I mean, I wouldn't care if you did your arbitrary timeline sin, but instead you just randomly called it a convenience.
I shot it before these two hit it with their car, and I followed them when they hauled it off.
And how exactly were you able to follow them? Were you hunting from your car? Look, the sin is either convenient vehicle location or car hunting.
Okay, I wouldn't expect Discount Jeremy to understand this, seeing as it's something you would have to infer, but it obviously took Beth and Jerry a decent chunk of time to get the deer in their car, which gave the hunter enough time to get back to his car, and from there, it would actually be easier than you would think to find and follow Beth and Jerry.
All right, everything resolved? Everybody nice and certain about their position in my world?
Yes.
I'm not sure I understand why Morty is so let down here. Just a couple episodes ago, he discovered that Mortys are a figurative shield for all Ricks. I'm not saying he should be happy that Rick looks down on him, but he shouldn't be surprised by it.
What the actual fuck is this sin? You started off by saying that Morty looks let down, but then switched your premise to sinning Morty for being surprised. He's not surprised, he's let down. And those two emotions don't necessarily go hand in hand.
I will reach into heaven and yank your screaming deer soul back!
The deer survives this.
Because it's a cartoon? Do you get it yet?
What are you doing? Calling myself.
If leaving your other selves a voicemail was an option this entire time, isn't that a pretty easy immediate check before going full interdimensional shooting gallery?
I mean, part of Rick's character is his mental instability, so the fact that he immediately assumes the other Ricks, who are also mentally unstable, would be trying to kill him actually kind of makes sense, especially since this is cartoon logic.
How long exactly do we have to wear these things? They're really embarrassing.
Oh, I see Rick is an anti-masker.
Comedy.
You know what they do to third-dimensional life forms in time prison? Same thing they do in every other prison, only forever.
So, 3 hots and a cot? Medical care? Tobacco-based currency? Oh, you're making a prison rape joke, aren't you?
Discount Jeremy is a massive SJW snowflake cliche.
Come on, let's help Grandpa!
Yes! I'm 100% not sure about anything!
The war with Grandpa.
Discount Jeremy makes a pop culture reference that isn't a sin of the episode cliche.
There is no helicopter. And there is no Servine Institute.
Clever ploy and all, but how did Jerry get all the emblems made so quickly to pull this off? And where did the uniforms the Cold Stone Creamery workers are wearing come from?
They come from the fact that this is a cartoon, you dipshit. No, seriously, how do you not understand the fact that cartoons are not supposed to be logical?
Dad!
Well, I guess they can touch Jerry and Beth now without any consequences, but how would they know that? Rick didn't let them know how long they would have to wait when they unfroze everything.
They're wearing the collars, which keeps them in their own singular timeline, so touching their parents with them on wouldn't fuck anything up. Also, Assuming that Morty would even have the foresight to refrain from hugging his parents if the collars didn't work like this is a big overestimate of his intelligence.